I'm Mike.
And I'm Amy.
And this is today's our adventure, and we are doing another campground review, this time on the KOA Journey RV Resort in Red Bluff, California.
This was our first time at an actual resort campground.
And it did have resort prices.
It did.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride.
So our cost on this, you guys know we tend to like to stay in more like the $30 to $50 range. This one we thought we're gonna go ahead and splurge, and it was originally supposed to be $107 a night for us. Because we had to change and reschedule, it ended up being $81, but still, that's still in the high end for us. We don't like to spend that much per night. And this was not peak camping season.
No, in fact, it was in the winter. We went there, and it was right after we left the previous RV park, which we had to stay at for 2 days due to extreme wind conditions and flooding in California, where they were not allowing anybody to drive north on I-5.
I'm meteorologist Carly Gomez talking here about the bomb cyclone moving along the coastline and now inland. With the bomb cyclone is, of course, how strong the system is and how intense the winds have already become ahead of the storm. A lot of that heavy rain approaching I-5, making it very dangerous, of course, for a lot of travelers. 50 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts, and that's actually what's expected. That's going to bring potential for mudslides, debris flows, excessive flooding, as well as some landslides. Now, we are looking and talking about damaging winds really running all through California. We are looking at downed trees already. Power lines are downed. We're also looking at widespread power outages. They're already happening. This is creating also some difficult travel conditions out there. So if you don't need to be driving, just wait the system out.
Yes, in fact, they actually said no RVs or semis on the road.
Yep.
Hashtag RV life.
Yeah.
So general impressions. It was very upscale. It had a gated entrance with the key code to get in. Campsite.
Our campsite was a cement pad. It was level front to back with a very slight livable tilt on it. So if you really wanted to be perfectly level, you could put down maybe one leveling block. As it was an RV resort, it had very nice grass in between the campsites. It had a picnic table, no grill, did have Wi-Fi, was good, but we were also right next to the resort area, so that's not surprising. And they had propane available for us. Next up is amenities.
So for amenities, they had multiple showers, multiple bathrooms throughout the campground. One of our criteria is that they have a dumpster that's easily located, and we did not find a dumpster easily located, but they did have garbage pickup at your site. That was kind of bougie, but it did take us a hot second to figure that out because you had to read the fine print on your paperwork to realize that that's how you got rid of your garbage.
Yeah, for a minute there when I first looked out, I thought maybe it was one of those things like people needed to sing the trash song. Hashtag thanks Hanks.
Thanks Hanks.
And they had, some of their trash had fallen off the back of their truck, but no.
It was for garbage pickup. They did have 6 washers and 6 dryers. Each was $2.75 for use. They had a second laundry facility listed on the map, but we never saw it. One other thing I did notice that kind of surprised me was that they didn't have a change machine in the laundry room, so you better bring your quarters. They did have a pool. It was a large pool and it was heated, so even though we were there in a much cooler time, you could still get in the pool. We did not. They also, though, had a hot tub, which we did use. It was really nice, but they did not have good lighting at all around the pool or the hot tub, and I felt like that was an area that they probably were lacking a little bit. So we did not see a playground, nor do we see it listed on the map, which I thought was a bit odd for it being a resort location. However, they had a poolside clubhouse with board games, they had table tennis, and they had a TV. They also had a half court with basketball hoop, a putting green, horseshoe pits, and a full kitchen, plus a fitness room. Dog friendliness.
For dog friendliness, there were 2 small pet areas that were sandy, which was nice, and they had dog pickup stations with pickup bags in them, which is important. They also had a dog wash area, which is a very welcome addition for an RV resort. Campstore.
Unfortunately, we did not get a chance to see this Campstore. I was really sad about that because I wanted to see what an RV resort Campstore looked like. I imagine it's probably going to be nicer somehow. It was closed at 5 p.m. and it didn't open until 9. And while those are probably fairly typical hours for a Campstore, this did not work with our schedule on this trip. So unfortunately, we didn't get to see it.
Camp staff interactions.
So the camp staff interactions on this for me were a little tough because we were paying such a high price for the campsite and good customer service is free. So it just kind of felt like at times I was interrupting their work or that I was bothering them when I called. And you know, when you're paying for the high-end experience, you kind of expect a little bit higher-end customer service as well. For our rating system, we're going to put that up here on the screen for you now, and we're just going to go through quickly how we rated these items in Google reviews.
For rooms, we gave them a
4.
So one of the reasons for our rating, they had some really nice fountains. One unfortunately was not working. 2 were, but one of those was missing its lights. And as we were there at night, it was kind of pretty to have 1. It would have been a lot prettier to have 3 lit up. One of the nice features they had was a putting green. However, the putting green had some AstroTurf missing.
For customer service, we gave them a 2. So one thing I will say is this campground was very serious about their cancellation policy. We're having difficulty getting there because there was a level 5 windstorm and they were actually in the center of it.
Bomb cyclone.
They did not want to waive their cancellation policy for us, even though we had difficulty getting to them.
Typical travel conditions out there, so if you don't need to be driving, just wait the system out.
Just keep that in mind when you're making these reservations, especially when you're paying the higher price. That's something that needs to be taken into consideration. In the end, they told us that if we had to cancel our reservation, we would forfeit the entire cost of our stay, but they did end up allowing us to shift the reservation and not lose the entire amount.
And for location, we gave them a
3. One other reason we gave this rating was because there was a small amount of interstate noise that you could hear outside of the RV. It wasn't on the inside, but the train noise could be heard from the inside of the RV. Again, for a light sleeper, that might be something that would wake you up. Overall, we gave this campground a 3.
So as a bit of a disclaimer, we gave the rating we did because this campground, being nearly twice the cost of most other campgrounds, means that we hold it to a very high standard and we would like everything to be in good working order. So the campground was clean, well organized, very well laid out, and it had a lot of upscale items like the clubhouse, the hot tub, the pool, the other activity areas such as the putting green, and it had plenty of grassy areas, so it was a really nice campground.
Say all in all, this is a nice place to stay, but just keep in mind, guys, you are going to pay a higher price. If you liked this video and you like our campground videos, please make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss another one, and also make sure to comment for us and let us know that you are enjoying these so we can do more of these and bring more of this content to you.
Alright guys, bye for now.
Bye!
They did down by the river.
I need you to stop so I can start actually. Okay. It was a little bit odd for a resort area. You like to do that, don't you? Stop! Stop making the faces. I'm trying to start. Sure. Not really. Sure. I tape look at us.
It's a word.
It's not a word. Everywhere we went, there were trains. I don't know. What do I want to say? Don't.